Whoa.
Yeah.
There's also in here. She's in there.
It began with a mother's intuition. For 2 days, Betty had been calling and texting her daughter, Amber Zotto, with no reply. Fearing the worst, Betty dialed 911, asking officers to perform a welfare check. Police arriving at the home on Milan Circle initially anticipated a routine call, but the scene that would unfold within those walls would become one of the most twisted and disturbing cases the town had ever seen. The first sign that something was gravely wrong came from the home's youngest residents. The children's calm assertion that their parents had simply vanished alarmed the officers. They decided to contact Betty, the original caller, hoping she could provide some clarity. But the information she revealed would quickly escalate the situation from a welfare check to a full-blown investigation.
Hello?
Betty, it's Officer Crowley, Aurora Police Department. I'm at the Milan Circle address. I'm talking to the kids. What's your relation to this family, just so I know?
I'm their grandma. She didn't take her truck because you can see it in the driveway.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Her phone, the bank card is still in the house.
Yeah. Betty, how many times do you think she's done that?
Well, she's come over to my house. 3-4 times this year.
Alright.
But it's always been for a day.
So what I'd like to do is start where we always start, and that's the last place she was seen. I don't want to ask these kids for permission to go in the house, so I may have to call your son-in-law, talk to him on the phone, and see if he'll give me permission to go inside.
Over the phone, Betty confirmed a series of strange details she'd noticed earlier that day. Amber's truck was parked in the driveway. Her phone, her bank card, and all her important documents were still inside the house. Shortly after the call, Betty and her husband Ronald arrived at the home to meet with the police. It was then that Betty revealed what she believed had truly happened to her daughter.
Hey, I'm Officer Crowley. Thanks for coming out. So I called him, but I left him a message. He didn't pick the phone up. So I can't just go inside without a warrant. I'd either need a warrant or his permission to go inside the house. And that's not your residence, and I can't ask you for permission. Obviously, the kids are too young for me to ask for permission. So just want to do it the right way before anything else, if that makes sense.
Yep.
When's the last time that you saw the dog?
Saturday afternoon when I came to pick up the kids. They spent the night with me Saturday night.
Was there any problems at that point, or was it just pick the kids up? The kids are going to stay at our house for the weekend?
Everything was fine. She said, I hope you feel better. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
It's pretty nice.
Had there been any drinking at that point?
No, heck no. They drink in the evenings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then no sign that there had been any argument or anything like that? Okay. As you can see, I don't want you to think that I jumped any conclusions, but I'm just trying to put like a kind of a piece of timeline and kind of behavior as well too.
According to Betty, Amber was a dedicated mother and a pillar of her community, known for volunteering at her children's school. Her life revolved around her family, which made her sudden disappearance completely out of character. But this confusion would soon turn to dread. Betty showed the officers something that made the case even more unsettling. A handwritten note suggesting Amber might have taken her own life.
Do you mind if I read that?
I don't have a problem with it.
Is this a copy of it, or is this?
Yes, I made a copy. I don't know if this is the original.
Okay.
I didn't want to...
Just from my report, I'm going to have to take the original for evidence for property at some point, okay?
Okay.
But I'm going to sit and read this in the meantime.
It felt less like a cry for help and more like a carefully constructed narrative. Police began to suspect that Amber may not have been the one who wrote it, or at least, not freely. This growing suspicion prompted them to get permission to enter the house, which they secured via a phone call with Amber's husband, Keith.
Dad?
The cops are here and they want to talk to you.
Is this Keith?
Yes, this is Keith.
Keith, this is Officer Crowley with the Aurora Police. How are you?
I'm alright, boss. How are you?
I'd like to go over a couple series of events and then ask you for permission if I could go inside your house, but I don't have a warrant, and I'm asking you for permission to go inside your house too.
Go ahead, man.
So Keith gave verbal consent for us to go in the house. I'm just gonna go in. If you want to come with me,
I will,
because I'd like you to show me.
Dog
Okay. Where did you find the notebook?
in the garage.
In the
That's why
garage,
they
okay.
literally live there.
Okay, let's start there then.
So Keith, in a bigger picture, what's going on?
Man, me and Amber drink a lot, and we fight a lot, and she likes to walk away, or actually drive away, and I took her keys from her, so she couldn't drive away. She grabbed her purse, slammed her phone on the ground, and left, and I have not seen her since.
Did you actually see her leave, or you just assumed she left?
No, sir. I begged her to stay on the couch. We fought a little bit more, and I said, well, whatever, Amber, you sleep out here on the couch, I'm going inside. And I went inside. I don't know, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then when I woke up at 9, 10 o'clock Sunday morning, there was a letter on the fucking coffee table.
Has she ever threatened to hurt herself in the past, or was this... Oh, she has.
The last 5 years, it's been her go-to. And that's what I try to tell her grandma and grandpa, too, is she does this to me all the time, almost every weekend. She'll leave, and then she won't come back till Monday or Tuesday. And then my kids get all mad at me because I let her back in.
I hope you don't mind me asking you personal questions, but is it possible she's seeing somebody else and she stays there?
Oh, for sure she is. She's been, that's another thing. That's why we fight all the time. She's been seeing somebody for about 5 years now. And she don't pay our bills. That's why we always fight, man.
On the phone, Keith painted a picture of a volatile relationship plagued by arguments over money and his wife's alleged infidelity. He claimed they fought. She slammed her phone down and walked out, and he hadn't seen her since. He admitted to being heavily intoxicated that night and, when pressed, couldn't say for certain whether the argument had turned physical. His memory of the night was a blur. While one officer kept Keith on the line, another began the search, completely unaware they were minutes away from uncovering the horrifying truth. As the officers moved through the home, their body language betrayed a growing tension. A foul odor hung in the air. Their search for the source of the smell led them to the garage. Inside, they focused on a large trash can. What they found inside would turn the missing persons case into a homicide investigation.
Whoa. Yeah.
Magazine. Okay. Do we want to call someone? Yeah.
What's it? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have you stay inside, please.
She's in there.
Inside the can, resting atop a pile of garbage, was a silver revolver, and beneath it, concealed under debris, was Amber's decaying body. She had a single gunshot wound to the head. The house was immediately declared a crime scene. As detectives from the Major Crimes Unit arrived, they began to grapple with troubling inconsistencies in the family's stories.
When I searched the house, my fear was, something funky. I looked in that trash bin.
Okay.
There was nothing in it.
Well, when was that? When did...
I was here about 9 a.m.
Okay.
There was not... I would have noticed that.
Okay.
The top was the carpets, and because of the smell, I literally watched it.
I'm just going to
Too many forensic files. It was not there. So somebody's been here.
Okay.
And the kids were sleeping, and they are unaware of being here.
Okay.
But, so somebody did that.
Okay.
Ready? Partner, what's your first name? Ron. Can you get the kids and just go wait in your house?
Betty's claim was baffling. She insisted she had looked inside that very bin, just hours earlier, and had seen nothing. How could she have missed a human body and a firearm? Furthermore, her demeanor struck investigators as unusually calm, almost casual, given the horrifying circumstances. To get a clearer picture, police searched the rest of the home for any signs of a struggle or an attempted cover-up. They found them quickly.
So a lot of these carpet pieces, I wonder if the carpet went all the way back. Or, do we see like spattered?
I know, right?
So the book was right here. There was space open with the last page showing, and that bill was on top of it. No red pen. Get blood on the light switch. We've got a lot of blood on the sink.
Yeah, so we left it the way we found it as well too. You know, the way the door was when we searched. But yeah, she found a little bit of obvious blood in the kitchen and the sink as well too, so.
The droplets of blood confirmed that a violent physical altercation had taken place before Amber's body was hidden in the garage. The primary suspect, Keith, was now nowhere to be found, his phone unreachable. As investigators interviewed the rest of the family, including Amber's young daughter, Annabelle, they tried to piece together a timeline.
I don't want to falsely alarm you, but I also believe in being as honest as we can with loved ones. We may have found Amber.
No.
Yeah, but we're not completely sure yet, Ron.
Just do it. Just do it.
We're not pointing fingers or making accusations at this time, but is there any reason Keith would hurt her?
I don't know. I really don't. I wished I could tell you more. I don't.
Either accidentally or intentionally, would he hurt or kill her? If he were to mistreat her, would she protect him?
She probably would.
Talk a little bit about, I guess, the fighting and do you know why?
Yeah, I do know why.
Okay.
My mom cheats on my dad, and like she's not good at it, I guess. And like so he finds out, and then they just go at it because she like tries to lie about it. Like he has evidence of her doing it, and so like it's like yeah.
Okay. And the last Saturday is in just a couple days ago?
Yeah, last Friday was the last time I seen her.
Okay. Did you talk to her at all on the phone or anything?
No, she came over for dinner because my grandma was cooking dinner, and she came over and we had dinner, and then she left, and then yeah.
And then you were there
From
Saturday.
Friday all the way to Sunday.
Okay.
Annabelle's unusual calmness and detailed knowledge of her parents' marital problems raised some concern, but her alibi was solid. With Keith missing, the investigation seemed stalled. But then, the case took a completely unexpected turn. A call came in from Keith's sister, Susan. Keith had shown up at her house just hours earlier, and he had confessed everything.
I saw my brother park up there, and so I got the dogs out. And I didn't know the front door was open, and he just came in, and I seen it on his face, and he goes, "You know I don't hate you." That was the first thing out of his mouth. And I said, "I know, I love you, you're my best friend."
Okay.
And then I said, "It's Amber that's trying to keep us apart."
Okay.
And he just looked at me and started crying, and he said, "Oh my God, what did you do?"
Okay.
And I asked him if Amber was okay. And then he looked at me and he said, "You know what, I don't remember anything.
Okay.
I just remember waking up and seeing her on the ground."
Okay.
I asked him what the hell happened to tell me what he did.
Okay.
He said they'd been drinking and fighting all night.
Okay.
It was over money, I guess. He opened some bills and found out that the house had been foreclosed on.
Okay.
And that Amber pulled out the gun and he hit my brother with it. And then Keith said he took it away. And it just happened like that. He said he blinked his eyes and that was it. He said I blinked my eyes too, and then I opened them and I seen her on the ground.
Susan's account was the breakthrough police needed. Keith had admitted to the violent confrontation that ended in Amber's death. He was no longer just a suspect. He was their killer. A few hours later, police received another call they never expected. Keith had returned to his sister's house and was ready to turn himself in. A SWAT team descended on the location, prepared for a dangerous confrontation.
It's gotta be up one more. It's this one, right? 7-9? 7-9 is this one. All right, sorry. Ready? Watch out, Bubba. your hands! Front door. Ma'am, come to me. I see him. I see him. Come to me.
Come on out. Turn right.
Point to me. Come to me.
I got a guy out.
Hands up. Everybody hands up, please. Very good. Walk to my voice. Go hands up.
Stop. Just shoot.
Just walk towards me, nice and easy. Okay? All right. We'll talk to you in a... No, we're not. We're not going to hurt him. Okay? Walk towards me. No. Just keep walking. Walk towards this guy.
Very good. You good, man. Very good. Very good. Very good. Right here. There you go. Good try right there, man. Yes, sir. Come on, go. This is, yeah, feel free to go ahead of me here.
It all looks normal.
Or if you just want to hold it, I'll be back with you. Is that your mom, and who else is the other lady? Gotcha. Okay, man. Very good. We appreciate you coming out, bud. We'll explain it all to you, okay?
I already know.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Okay, there you go.
Remember, but
After hours of uncertainty, Keith Zotto surrendered without a fight. He was formally charged with the murder of his wife. In his confession, he admitted to killing Amber late Saturday night, insisting the gun went off accidentally during their drunken argument. While he accepted responsibility for her death, he claimed he couldn't remember hiding her body in the trash can or trying to conceal the crime. In May of 2021, a jury found him guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The question of Betty's earlier statement about the trash can, however, was never fully answered, leaving one final, lingering shadow over a case of domestic tragedy and brutal violence.